So sorry about that, everyone. We ran into a slight issue with it for an unknown reason. There we go. See better quality on the stream. So as we were mentioning earlier, this is the penultimate Grand Prix. So this is the second to last Grand Prix of Season 1 of the FRL League Racing Series. So what will happen is that the drivers, after this season is finished, will have about roughly 2 weeks off before the start of the next season, and then we'd start off in Australia. Now the league is actually doing very well at the moment, with over 100 members, so it's got quite a few members in its division. But this division right now is the 0 assist division, so we'll go to the assist settings. So as you can see, they run 0 assists. It's all restricted and everything. And it's a very, very tough division. So we're just waiting on a McLaren, Alfa Romeos, Haas, and the Williams teams. But we'll just run through the who we've got in the cars. So the first driver for the Mercedes team is Maddie Wilson. The second driver is Keza. And the Scuderia Ferrari, we have for the first driver Gold Power. Second driver is Hugh. And the Aston Martin team, the Red Bull Racing team, we have Ryan as the first driver, and the second driver is Actual Toaster. And in the McLaren, we have Mustard Gas. In the Renault, we have Rip the Beans and Putin. In the AlphaTauri, we have Crazy Kiwi and we're out of time. So we'll just wait for the loading screen to get us into our Grand Prix tonight. And here's all the Discord messages coming through. Now, so where they are racing today is a circuit called the here we are. It's the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace. And it's actually in honor of a driver who was actually a Sao Paulo person, or Sao Paulo loco, I should say, who was actually an F1 driver who actually won his only race here. So we've got our drivers getting ready. We'll see who's going out. Looks like it's a Mercedes heading out. Yeah, so back to the track facts. It was one in. So Carlos actually won the F1 race in 1975, but he actually tragically died in a light air crash in 1977. So it's a little bit sad that he died. Oh, and we've got a incident in Sector 1. Putin is out. I think we've had him. I think he might have crashed into the pit wall, which is actually very common at this track because it's a very, very tight pit wall to navigate. And the second name of this track is actually known as the Interlagos circuit, due to where the place that it's actually based in, which is a place in the Sao Paulo suburb called Interlagos. So the actual original length of the circuit was actually nearly 8 kilometers. The official length was 7.96 kilometers, and it was actually a very bumpy track surface and didn't have much in terms of safety. And it was actually built in 1940. So it was built 10 years before the Formula One championship was created for the first Formula One. Oh, and ASAP gets a grid penalty for a collision with Mustard. We'll see if he's got damage. Looks to me like he's one of the Haas drivers as well. He's a Haas driver, so hopefully we can see if he's got any damage. It doesn't look like it. Might have just been a little love tap. And Matty Wilson with a 1 minute 8.3. So that's how fast these drivers are going. They are clocking this track in not quite a minute 10, just under, by at least a second or two. But it's still very, very tight. And ASAP sets 135, though he had a little bit of an incident earlier, so he's looking. Oh, and looks like he's got his lap time invalidated. So whether it'll be just this lap that's been invalidated, or if it'll also be the next lap as well, it'll be very interesting to see. Just carry on going through some facts, folks. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, and looks like we've had a McLaren spin. Mustard gas. Must have just got himself too much on that curb there. Very easy to spin on that curb there if you get too much on it. Not many curbs here in Interlagos that are actually slows down. There's not many curves here on Interlagos that are. Looks like a few drivers are. Drivers are obviously coming in to change some tyres and refuel the cars. The most successful driver here at the Interlagos circuit is actually the 7-time world champion Michael Schumacher. He's won at this circuit 4 times. And Sebastian Vettel is actually very close if they held the race here. He won it, he would have equalled that tally. And Ferrari is actually the most successful team here at Interlagos. They've won 9 times. Quite impressive. And there have been 5 Brazilian drivers who actually won on home soil on the Brazilian Grand Prix. We have Emerson Fittipaldi, Nelson Piquet, Ayrton Senna, and Felipe Massa, and of course Carlos Pace. That's an interesting fact. Brazilian drivers are actually taking more poles than any other drivers, or than drivers from any nation at Interlagos. And the Brazilian has started from the front here at this track on 10 occasions. There's slight yellow flags appearing here and there on the circuit. They're quickly sorted out. Last year, so the Red Bull of Max Verstappen became the first Honda powered car to win here at Interlagos since 1991. So if you think back to then, the McLaren team were actually powered by a Honda engine back in the glory days of the Honda engine. Looks as though they're now back. And that's just had his lap invalidated, and we're seeing a few other drivers through. Oh, and Ryan has set the fastest time. Of a 1 minute 7.7. Just goes to show just how quick these drivers are. And the amount of skill that is required to drive in this circuit and in this division. This division is not something that is driven by... Oh, and looks like we've just seen a Ferrari spin. Hugh has spun. Got on that outside curb. We could just see it in the background there, and he's just trying to get himself back face onto the track in a safe manner. He's slowly applying power to be off the racing line as well. Back into the pits. So, oh, here we are, here's one. So Mark Webber actually celebrated his final F1 race by removing his helmet on the slowdown lap at the 2013 Brazilian Grand Prix. It's not exactly a good idea to do, but to each their own, I guess. This is very interesting. So the 1994 Brazilian Grand Prix was actually the last time an F1 race was won by over a lap. Oh, here we go. Looks like we've actually got rain coming down now. So a lot of these drivers will now be thinking about sticking on wet or intermediate tyres. And it is very, very much possible that we will see a wet race, and Crazy Kiwi has put in the new fastest lap time of a 1 minute 7.716. 6, so he's just edged out Ryan. A lot of these drivers will be coming in and chucking on intermediate towers now. Or slightly harder compounds by the looks. Very interesting. Maybe the track's not quite wet enough. Some of these drivers feel. Let's see. Look at Hugh as he's on his outlap. He's on soft tyres. So he's obviously still thinking he can get by on a set of softs. It's very interesting. Look at actual Toaster. He's on softs as well. Doesn't particularly sound good on that Reno, I think, because he's starting to come in to possibly get some new tyres. Just stick on with Ryan here as we watch him go by. So he's entering the centre section of the S's. Just waiting to see what will happen. Now this circuit here is one that you're pretty much almost guaranteed to have a little bit of rain. Pretty much like Spa's one is. Whether you have the rain at the start or towards part of the track it'll be, it's unknown. And this is also one of the few tracks that actually also race in an anti-clockwise position as well. This rain's starting to come down much heavier now. And we're coming into the final 4 minutes of qualifying. So a lot of these drivers, if they want to get out now and try and set times on the wets, now's the time to do it. So we're just scrolling through. At the moment, we'll just run through a quick. So currently on provisional pole is Crazy Kiwi, followed by Ryan lining up beside him. In third we have Wheezy, in fourth we have Gold Power, in fifth we have Hugh, who has now decided to retire from the session. He's obviously had enough. He feels he's done well enough. In sixth we have Keza. In seventh we have Matty Wilson. In eighth we have Actual Toaster. Ninth we have Mustard Gas. 10th we have Debut Carbon. 11th we have Rip the Beans. 12th we have ASAP. 13th we have Putin. And 14th we have Darkness, who is actually being disqualified as well. It's very interesting to see. It's as though a lot of these drivers possibly actually won't head out again. I think due to the fact that they've set pretty competitive times on the softs and with these dry tyres, so they've taken them pretty much to best they can, and now they're just waiting for the time to tick down. This Crazy Kiwi retires from the session, feeling that he's done the best he can. Now it'll be very interesting to see what the conditions will be like during the race. Whether we'll have a wet start or even a wet race at all. Keza has retired as well from the session. So a lot of these drivers will probably be retiring now, due to the weather, not wanting to risk chucking on a set of intermediates, because these times are very quick times. With or without wet weather tyres, these are still very quick times. And also check race director for some incidents. So ASAP has a grid penalty as well, so that'll be applied. I think it's a 5-place grid penalty if he's correct. So we're just looking through, seeing if anyone else has got any grid penalties. No, it doesn't look like it. So we're in the final seconds. Race control has pulled out Darkness's thing, even though he was disqualified a while ago. Very odd. Anyway, as we're into the final 25 seconds, folks, of qualifying. This could be a very interesting race we could have on our hands. So it's maybe chucking on yourself maybe a coffee, a hot drink. If it's been a very hot day or a very hot night wherever you are, give yourself a nice cold beer. So as we run through the confirmed final pole, Crazy Kiwi is on pole position, followed by Ryan. In third we have Wheezy. In fourth we have Gold Power. On the third row of the grid we have Hugh and Keza. The fourth row we have Matt and Actual Toaster. The fifth row we have Mustard Gas and Debut Carbon. The sixth row we have Rip the Beans and ASAP Rocky. And the seventh position we have Putin and Darkness. Now ASAP does have a grid penalty, so he'll be pushed down, and Putin and Darkness will move up. I'm still unsure whether we have a wet race ahead of us, folks. Just making myself a nice good coffee as we wait to see what will happen. Now it looks as though we have a dry race ahead. So we have a very good race then. Not much of a big fan for wet races. Just too unpredictable in my opinion. Hey, some people love them, some people don't. Drivers will be going by and starting their race strategies. Let's just hope we don't have a game-breaking glitch like we had earlier, or how it normally does. The drivers now line up on the grid. So we have so far so good. Now I expect probably a lot of drivers to lock up here onto turn 1, maybe even collide with each other. It's very easy to lock up into turn 1 here. Just heading down the main straight, folks. Those drivers are not allowed to pass each other on the formation lap, otherwise they will be penalised for it. so good coffee. So we do have a very small grid tonight, folks, so I don't really expect there to be much action. Although, judging by how close qualifying was, I might stand corrected. This will be a very, very tight race ahead. So just wait to see what will happen. As they're lining back up on the grid for the start. All these 36 laps here at Interlagos as we just wait for our 5 red lights. Five red lights, and away we go. Looks as though everything's going off now as we're scrolling. Oh, and we've got a driver already going wide. A few drivers going. Oh, and the McLaren has spun. Oh, and there's contact with the barrier for Chiesa. Mustard Glass has also spun as well. He's down at the back of the pack. He looks as though he has wing damage. Oh, and we have a Renault that's just gone past. That was Rip the Beans, and he's into the barrier. Oh, man. He is out of the session as well. And we've got a virtual safety car already, folks. Putin gets a 5-second penalty for his collision with debut Carbon. Actual Toaster as well gets a 5-second penalty. Close, folks. We've already had a little bit of action here, folks. Some people just need to calm down a little bit, folks. Virtual safety car. No point in racing under a virtual safety car. Just back off, take it easy. Sort of a slight glitch here at the moment. Is that Ryan's in the lead, even though Crazy Kiwi is in the lead. The DRS is now enabled, folks, so hopefully that will fix itself shortly. Yeah, looks like she's gone by and fixed herself. So Gold Power has a penalty, and Actual Toaster has a penalty as well. See what'll got any close battles everywhere. So, ooh, Putin has DNF'd as well. He might have hit the barrier on the main straight. Let's see if the driver can get close enough for us to look. And Crazy Kiwi has set the fastest lap of a 1 minute 11. He lost 2 drivers already, and it's only lap 3, folks. This is a very, very interesting. And AlphaTauri is doing very well. So far, it is in first and second, 2 Honda-powered cars at the moment. So I'm pretty sure the Honda engine team will be very happy as Mustard overtakes Darkness. Very nice move. Mustard is closing in on that Mercedes of Chiesa. Just see if he's in close. ASAP is closing in onto Darkness as well. He's gone around the outside, although whether that position will hold. Crazy Kitty Sui's new lap time. Oh, what the hell was that, ASAP? was very dangerous there, buddy. Now starting to spread out at the moment. Mustard gas gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Daddy Cunner's just going through the S's section right now. Wheezy has gone around the outside of Ryan. Oh, very close. Oh, we've got a virtual safety car. His debut car, and he's travelling very slowly. So I think this might be his first time in the 0 assist, so he's probably just taking it nice and slow. He's picked it not exactly a great time to join. Crazy Kiwi gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under virtual safety car. This is very... got a few penalties being handed out, folks. And Putin is coming into his pits. Must have decided that might have had enough, or he's probably changing his tyres maybe. No. Looks as though he had a drive through to serve. So. ASAP and Darkness having a really hard scrap with one another at the moment. And we're looking at it. Oh, and ASAP is just locked up slightly. Something's definitely happening with ASAP, whether it's lag or something. No, it looks like he's got wing damage, so that might be playing in. He is losing a little bit of time right now. I suspect judging, yeah, I think probably it might be White T. I think ASAP and Darkness are in actually probably a big scrap. Maybe something's happened off track to cause this here, but whatever it is, it's not cool to see. I know the stewards would definitely probably take a hard look into this. Oh, a little bit of contact there by Debut Carbon and ASAP, although it doesn't look like there's been any damage. Right, hold him up, ASAP, good man. Just a little bit of lag there. ASAP gets a penalty. Oh. And the blue flags, guys, you have to let them through. Does not sound good. Okay, he's coming in to get his front wing done. Looks right up into the pits. He's having a really high rev at the moment. As Ryan gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Gold Tower's closing in on Ryan now. He's Gonna make a move. He's gonna stick. This guy's just off slightly. He received a warning for it. Close races. And the toaster is closing in on Maddie Wilson. Still close, but I'm keeping an eye on the times. Good defense by Ryan. Also, good strategy by Gold Power not to attack just yet, as he's got the DRS. Can't quite do much with it at the moment. He's just wanting to stick behind Ryan. Just wait for that time to strike. Sort of the only close race at the moment. And Crazy Kiwi has made a pass on Electric Toaster in the pits, but Gold Power looks like he might going for a move. Not quite, didn't quite hit this room. So at the moment, folks, we've had 3 driver retirements so far. Only on lap 10, we've still got 27 laps to go. As we just crossed the line now to start his 11th lap. At the moment, we're just sticking on with Gold Power right now, as he's got fastest time, and Maddie Wilson has picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That'll be a very hard one to try and do. Oh, and looks like Gold Power's going, not quite. Looks as though he might have. Debut car and gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Most likely for exceeding track limits and quarter cutting by the looks. It's usually what those time penalties are for. Oh, and looks like hit a probably darkness. So he's gone just slightly wide as he's just let the Ferrari and the Red Bull go through in his own race. And sector 3, we've had another incident. Oh, darkness is spun again. Ooh. Remember, mate, this isn't like there's some traction control value. There's no traction control here. You don't want to just slam on the power. Ooh, man. Oh, slight damage. Don't know what you were trying to do there, mate. but you have caused a safety car. That is not cool at all, mate. What's this? He's had to wait a little bit, which is very odd. ASAP has got in front of him now. So we'll just stick on board with Darkness to see what happens, because early on in the race they were having a very... When is it doing a little bit of friendly nudges they were? But at the moment there is no overtaking at the moment, so any passing or anything that anyone's trying to do has now been scrapped. Drivers are coming into the pits now to change their tyres. Very interesting. So at the moment we're just waiting for the safety car to pick up Hugh, which he has, and they're now just bringing in for all the other drivers to catch up behind now. Debut Carbon. So at the moment, folks, the leaderboard is as follows for this race. First we have Hugh, second we have Wheezy, third we have Ryan, fourth we have Matty Wilson, fifth we have Gold Power, sixth we have Crazy Kiwi, seventh we have Actual Toaster, eighth we have Keza, ninth we have Debut Carbon, 10th we have ASAP Rocky, and 11th we have Darkness Abyss. Now this is just the results as they stand, folks. This is not applying the penalties that have been given to them. So we have to wait till the race is finished for those penalties to be applied. Just jump on board. Oh, and we've had a Alpha Tauri Debut Carbon. We've gone for a slight incursion onto the infield there. Sort of a tough luck there, buddy. Darkness is just catching up to the rest of the drivers right now. So I'll check to see. We're on lap 14. Moment of this Grand Prix. Ooh, contact was made by... Oh, whoa. What was that? Not cool that... No, it's unsure whether Darkness did it or ASAP might have been the cause of it. But Darkness has got damage to his front wing, which would make sense why ASAP got the brunt of it, because he got no damage. Oh, and more damage was done. Oh Christ, what is going on? This is some of the messiest racing I have seen for a while, folks. Darkness is staying out with the damaged wing. What is going on? have to be crazy. Unfortunately, Davey's gone onto the infield, which is upsetting. Just sticking on board with darkness at the moment, just to figure out what could be going on. This is not... Ooh, into the wall. And he is out of the race. So at the moment, folks, the current drivers that are still in the race, each will get points. But darkness will definitely be getting called into the stewards after the race to explain what the hell is going on. Hasn't exactly been the cleanest of racing at the moment. Actually, Toaster tried to go on a move there on Crazy Key, but just couldn't get it to stick. Gold Power's trying to go for a move on Kizza, but not quite there. Much changes to the positions at the moment. So in first we have Hugh, second we have Wheezy, third we have Ryan, fourth we have Maddie Wilson, fifth we have Crazy Kiwi, and Wheezy just sets the fastest lap time on hards with 1 minute 10.6. Sixth position we have Actual Toaster. Oh, and here we go, a little bit of with wheel contact there by the Ferrari and the Mercedes. There we go. Oh, Crazy Kiwi's going for a move. And he's going around the outsides. Gold Power goes into the inside. Very close racing here by these two. They're trying to put pressure on to make someone have a mistake. In 7th position we have Gold Power, in 8th we have Keza, 9th we have ASAP, and 10th we have Debut. Find some more. This racing. Actual Toaster is closing in onto Kiwi. Lion is closing in onto Wheezy as well. He's nearly went into the back of Wheezy there. Very much was a lucky save. As the top three are created almost like a DRS train for them now. A slight little bit of glitching. Going through a couple of details, folks. So ASAP would probably maybe get driver of the day. It's made up 5 positions so far. Remember back to qualifying, ASAP got a grid penalty. 5 positions, so he's made up those 5 positions. Honestly. Most of these drivers have done one stop, so this is probably the strategy they're going to be using today. And Keza is currently on the oldest tyres at the moment, 10 lap old hards, and Houston, the fastest lap time, 1 minute 10.5. A lot of these soft tyres will probably be blowing off by now. These drivers will probably need to pit to make some changes. Ryan was just taking a look around the outside there of Wheezy to see if he could get around him. And onto the very short straight. Ryan's got just disabled his overtake button to try and conserve battery. Just going to probably rely on Rich Mix and overtake. As Ryan sets a new fastest lap of a 1 minute 10.585 as he's going down the inside. But Wheezy's got the inside onto the next corner, but Ryan's then got the other inside, but can he hold that line? Wheezy takes the racing line. Oh! Ooh. Wheezy might have had a little bit of loss of traction, but he's let Ryan through out of good faith there. But it might not be something that'll be probably brought up there by the stewards in the end. It was a very... there wasn't much that Ryan can do there. There's no way he could have got out of the way as he's right alongside him. Oh, and we got a virtual safety car. Oh no, is... oh... ASAP is out of the session. It's unsure whether what happened there. I don't see any damage on debut, so I don't believe he was at fault for that. Got a few drivers coming into the pits now as we go back to green flag racing. So Crazy Kiwi and Ryan are in getting their front wings replaced. Very close battle by amongst these three here. We've got a slight DRS train. Good form here. So just jumping on board. With Gold Power as we see if we can make an overtake in the main straight. Open DRS. We also got overtake and Rich engaged as well. He's going possibly down the inside. He is. That was a nice overtake, Gold Power. Very nice overtake, buddy. At the moment it is a Ferrari 1-2 on the podium, which is unofficial at the moment. Debut set the fastest lap by 1 minute 9.8 on soft tyres. He's a lap down, folks, but he's set the fastest time, so he's got himself an extra point at the moment. If he can still hold on to that fastest lap. So currently on lap 22 out of 36, folks. We still have, we are back onto lap 23 instead now, actually. We still have 14 laps to go. Pretty much only down to 9 drivers now in this race. He's closing in onto Gold Power. Doesn't quite have the time, doesn't quite have the speed over him. Folks. been a very interesting race so far. What's happened down here? So Davey probably had a slight excursion maybe off. Oh. Here. Not many close races at the moment. Oh, maybe I might have spent too soon. Wheezy's looking down the inside. In your space. Not quite. He keeps third position. His Gold Power just fights him off for it. And Debut Carbon is out of this Grand Prix. We're down to just 8 races, folks. We're down to just 8 drivers in this race. We've got only just over half the field remaining. Weezy goes slightly wide and onto the grass a little bit. Still manages to keep the car though, and does not spin it, which is great to see. Those that are watching, put in the chat who you think would be the top 3 drivers of today's race. Who you think might end up on the podium. I probably think, yeah, as it stands, probably Wheezy might move into 2nd place and Gold Power might move into 3rd at the end of the race, maybe. Gold Power's just following the team orders to just stall everyone else up so that Hugh can get some good distance ahead of him and bring it home for the Ferrari team. Very great to see. He's going down around the outside of the S's. Still holding on as he's got the inside for the next line, and he's got the move done. It was a good overtake there, Wheezy. Gold Power still very close in behind him, though he is losing time. Wheezy's laps, Wheezy's tyres are 12 laps old. Kez's is the oldest at the moment with 18 lap old hards. And Maddie has got 14 lap old mediums. Look, that field is pretty spread out, folks. Real action at the moment is the battle for 2nd between Wheezy and Gold Power. They're the only 2 close races at this point. And Gold Power is just conserving energy, just waiting for that right moment to just pounce on Wheezy and get that 2nd position back. Gold Power gets a 3-second time penalty as well. Multiple warnings, so that'll definitely go on to his time at the end. So at the moment, it'll definitely be a very tight race, especially for 2nd position. Wheezy's just getting himself into his groove. time, perhaps. Maybe not, so he's probably losing a little bit of pace. Those medium tyres are definitely a lot faster than what those hard tyres are, but they won't last as long as those hards though. It's almost as though Wheezy is deciding to just run a sort of almost like a marathon, I guess you could say, on just those hard tyres, while the Gold Power is more pushing those mediums to the for the lap. We're on lap 28 of 36. We've got just over 9 laps, folks. I believe. Yep, 9 laps to go. Not many close battles at the moment, folks, just between Gold Power and Wheezy. It hasn't exactly been the cleanest race so far. There's been a lot of dirty action that I've seen. Gold Power's looking for a potential gap as he's got his DRS open. He's just looking down, just following in that slipstream. He's going down the inside and he's got second position, but Wheezy is coming back on the inside as well. Oh, they're very close. Wheezy's retaken that second position. The Gold Power drops back into third. We'll maybe go for another move at some point. Gold Power just mounts the curb. He's still attacking very hard. And Wheezy, as he's just extended out by a second. He's still got DRS as Wheezy is just pretty much putting on the power, so maybe Gold Power has no longer got the tyres for try and catch up to him again. He's still sticking very close into that slipstream. Whether or not it'll pay off, it is unsure. We're currently on lap 30 out of 36, folks. We have 7 laps to go. At the moment, the positions as they stand: first we have Hugh, second we have Wheezy, third we have Gold Power, fourth we have Keza, fifth we have Matthew Wilson, sixth we have Crazy Kiwi, seventh we have Ryan, and eighth we have Actual Toaster. And we only have 8 drivers, folks, in the running for this race. We're still very close in. He's still keeping it very close. He's trying to use that DRS to quickly close in that slipstream of Wheezy as well. Slight lock up there, you could compare. Close race at the moment, folks, between Gold Power and Wheezy. And it will be the size. No longer being, he's still got DRS, but he's lost a lot of time. Will he be able to close in enough to... I don't think he has, folks. I think he's lost the DRS advantage now. He has. So now he's just going to rely on fuel mix and overtake. Try and close on the gap. I don't know if that'll happen, folks. Those medium tyres have probably dropped off a little bit now. These also probably dropped off as well, but they've got that longevity to just keep him going. It's going to be very interesting next weekend to see who will actually win. It's unsure at the moment who has won the championship, sorry folks. I'll find that out soon if there's anyone that's won it. Crazy Kiwi is closing in on Matty Wilson. I'll jump by there and have a look because it looks like Gold Colours done the best he can. And Crazy Kiwi here as he's closing in on Matty Wilson. He's got his press, let's open that. He was closed in. Keza gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He is the closest race at the moment so far, folks. Closing in onto the Mercedes on Matty Wilson. DRS activated. He's got overtake. Not quite got it on him. But the two Mercedes closer. Go. He's going down the inside of Matty Wilson. Very close. He's going around the outside. Takes out one of the boards, but he gets the move done. Can he get it past this next Mercedes? He's gone down the inside. He's got the position. All the two Mercedes are coming in hits. Maybe no. Matty Wilson stays out. Oh, but Keza, it looks like he might have had a slight spin as well and probably got damage to his wing. Easy here is a 3-second time penalty, folks. And I'm just reading through the things. Keza sets a fastest lap time of a 1 minute 8.6. Maddie Wilson gets a 5-second time penalty for an unserved as they are just finishing up the race, folks. We'll go through the standings at the end and we'll see where everyone stands. Terry was a bit quiet at the end. ASAP gets driver of the day. So behind the scenes, there's been a little bit of a slight drama, I think. We'll have to then see what So, as it stands, folks, first position is Hugh, second was Wheezy, third was Crazy Kiwi, fourth was Gold Power, fifth was Ryan, sixth was Actual Toaster, seventh was Keza, eighth was Maddie Wilson, ninth was Davey Carbon, 10th was ASAP Rocky, 11th was Darkness Abyss, 12th was Mr. Gas F1, 13th was Putin, and 14th was Rip the Beans. Let's just hope you get put back into the lobby, folks. He's not, so looks like we probably won't be able to get any interviews done tonight, folks, which is a little bit of a bummer, but it's alright. It's just sometimes how the cookie crumbles. But we'll see you all next weekend as we head to the season finale in Abu Dhabi at the Yas Marina circuit. I'll probably let you guys know, probably do a small little update video on Tuesday about the standings of all the divisions and possibly of the champions as well, and so we can just have a bit of a relaxing race maybe next weekend. But until then, folks, we'll catch you later. Peace.